Now then everybody, it's Dan from homesy.com. Now, I'm just going to quickly say I'm full of cold, as usual, in before AIDS. But I've been getting a lot of questions lately on the same topic regarding the pulley system on power racks. Now, this will apply to multiple designs of racks, I will imagine, but if you have got the Bodymax CF745 like me, then this is obviously going to really apply to you, definitely. People keep saying that their pulley system, it's not as nice and it's not as smooth as something that they've got in a commercial gym. They're saying that when they're pulling, or when they're doing, like, say, a lat pull down or a row or anything like that, it doesn't slide nicely. It just sort of like sticks, and it's got a little bit of resistance there, and it's not good. Now, this could be a few things, but the first thing that I'm going to say that it is most likely definitely going to be, and I'll try and draw something, and I'm going to probably put it somewhere on the screen to describe it rather than walking around with my camera, mainly because I think this will be the easier way of doing it. Basically, your two columns that slide up and down, well, the runner slides up and down, if they are not absolutely square top and bottom, what you're going to have is a bit of a twist in the way that the columns are. So you could be just kinked over like that, or it could be kinked like that, or it might be offset. And this is what I'm going to show you in my little drawing when I manage to put it up, so you'll be able to see, looking down, what the pillars will look like. If it's not square, basically you're going to have friction, because as you're pulling, it's going to pull to one side and it's going to lift wrong and it's going to catch. It needs to be absolutely cock on square, proper square, and if it's square, it should just float up and down nicely. Now, the second thing is that if you've got your plates unequally loaded, and let's say if you've got 20 kilos on one side and 20 kilos on the other side, or if by some reason you've put 20 kilos on one side and 10 kilos on the other side, then that's definitely not going to work. But if you've got, say, 20 kilos on both sides, what you want to do is look at what you've got going on. If it doesn't sit like that, the plates, if they're like this or slightly lopsided, it's going to stick. So you're going to have to adjust it slightly, add a little bit of packing, and you might find that one side of the runner is a lot heavier than the other, or a lot lighter, so it's going to cause it to naturally go on the piss. So you need to pack it out slightly, just so that when you put your plates on, it's balanced. This is a ball ache at first, obviously, but once you've got it right, you'll be fine. So that's something you need to look at. As long as your plates are square like that, then you shouldn't have any problems. The third thing is, if you haven't got the right tightness in your cable for your pulleys, if it's really slack, it's not going to perform as nice. You're going to have a little bit of lag before it does anything, so you really need to make sure that you've got your cables set up right and you've got the right tension. You should be able to do that by adjusting the tensioning bolt. Oh God, you have to excuse me, I'm dying. And the fourth thing is you need a bit of lube, because only some people like going in dry, and I'm one of them. Oh yeah. But anyway, you need to lube up your shaft. Yeah. Anyway, you need to lube up the two shafts. Oh yeah. And basically this will just help it slide up and down. Simple as that. Anything that's got friction, if you use a bit of lubricant, it's going to be a lot better. So I just use some WD-40, like chain spray, anything like that. It'll work really well. That's all you need to use. So for the most part, that should really solve the problems that you're having with your pulleys. Yeah. Really, that is all there is to it. I say that, but there might be other things in there. It depends on how you build it, but really those are the things to look at. Another thing I'm going to mention about the Bodymax CF47 in specific is that at the bottom of the collars, there's two grey like pillars with rubber that stops where the actual body sits. Yeah, most people, if you've got this rack, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? I bet you're sat there and say you've pulled, or you're doing a lat pull down, and what happens is the rubber sticks to the body along with the two pillars, and as you're pulling down, it brings everything up, and then it all goes clunk and drops down, and that's really fucking annoying, isn't it? So if you have got that rack, I'm pretty damn certain that that's happened to you. Now, if that has happened to you, what you need to do is drill a hole in each one right through, and you need to get yourself have a tech screw, which is like a self-tapping screw, heavy duty with a hex nut on the end, or you need to just drill all the way through and just put a thin little screw in there, thin set screw, and just tighten a nut on the end. That'll keep everything at the bottom in place, and it means that you won't have that sticking problem anymore at the bottom, so it'll run a lot smoother. So that's another thing you probably want to do too. Anyway, there you go. I hope this has helped people that have been complaining about their body being stuck on a dry shaft. And I'll see you in my next video. So please like, share it with friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Cheers now.